Alright, well I thought I'd just, I've been working on this kit for about 3 weeks, going through every individual item and taking into consideration the conditions, the duration of the hike, the terrain, and trying to envisage all things and problems that could go wrong. And what's important is to be economical. If you're going by yourself, it's much more difficult to be hiking by yourself than with people who can help each other. So I have to be very economical, and to be economical is to think things through and to make things easier for yourself. Now on a long hike, when I have got my pack on, it might weigh about 35 kilograms, but I don't really feel it that much. It's been balanced out really well. And on top of that, I kind of like, when you're hiking for a long time, your backpack becomes more like an item of clothing, rather it's something you put on during the day, and it's no longer something that you're hauling along. It almost becomes part of your of who you are and what you are on the trail. So I've thought of ways to make things that I anticipate along the way a lot easier. I've been to Norway before, and I know that the one big plus about hiking in Norway is almost all the waters from all the streams and the waterfalls you can drink. It's safe to drink. So the big plus of that is I don't have to carry much water. That means I can carry much more food with me, and that means I can go further with a lighter pack. If it wasn't Norway, I'd probably have to another extra 5 kilograms on top. So to make things, if I'm thirsty along the way, so I don't have to carry a lot of water, well, I've got this if there's no water available. But the easiest way is I thought I'd just purchase this cheap plastic cup, and if there's a waterfall, like you don't want to get your hands wet and cold, you just hold it out there, or you just scoop up the water from the creek and you drink it like that without having to take your backpack off or do anything of that nature. And I'll put that down here for now. Sometimes you won't have water when you're thirsty, so there's a little bit of half-litre backup here, which is you know, I'll probably be using quite a lot, and then when I find a water source I'll fill it up again. Now the thing about being economical is having more than one use for anything that you take with you. And as I've mentioned before, I hope to actually supplement my diet with things that I see and catch along the way. And I've read that there's a lot of lake trout in the lakes in the area. And so this water container that I use, I also have made as what is called a hobo fishing line. So what it's got is, at the moment these hooks are protected. I'll take these hooks off. This means I can walk along, I can see a lake and not have to take my backpack off. And I can just throw it a couple of dimes and see if there's anything around. If not, then I can just keep going. So the idea is you take this, like so, and then you use this as a casting apparatus, and then you just reel it in like this. This is your fishing reel, and that is one way you can double the uses of one item. I improvised here something you can hook your hooks onto so you don't jab yourself with the duct tape. Okay, so that's the water sorted. Of course, navigation is very important since I'm not using GPS. You know, it'd be a combination of things like sun, like where the sun is and all that sort of thing. But well, the compass is always there, always close at hand, and always easy to see and to keep level at this level here, so you know which direction you're going in. And if you're going by yourself, you don't ever want to go without this. If you ever get into trouble or anything, and voices in the mountains can't be heard sometimes very well, but this is very loud if I get into trouble, so I'll have that with me. At the end of the day, you're very, very tired, you're camping. If you don't have any other way to cook your food, you're going to have to build a fire. And so when you're cold and tired and hungry, you want to hit the ground running. So that's why I've got my little hatchet here handy. So when I take my backpack off, I'm already out there getting firewood, getting that burning and heating up while I set up my shelter for the night. Of course, you want to, again, about navigation, here is a map that I'll be navigating by. It's not a topographic map, it's just an approximate one. I'll just be finding my own way across the mountains visually, just seeing where it's easier to go. Um,